Welcome, everybody, to the Goth and the Sloth. I'm your Sloth, Matt.
And I'm Luna the Goth.
This is the podcast of two friends living a country apart, living our best lives, and getting into what we get into. We decided we'd take the first part of our podcast to discuss the COVID-19 pandemic, how it affects our lives, how it affects your lives, and how it's wearing my will to enjoy people around me, and now I hate everybody. Did that make any sense? I don't even care.
Is that really is that a change? Did that?
I mean, I at least like to believe the best in people at a point.
So anyway, yeah, guys, this episode's gonna be a little bit different than we have typically done. Due to forces out of my control, I am facing some interesting temporary health issues that will subside, so we will continue next week as planned, unless I die, and then you will not get another podcast ever
This is
again.
true. I'll do one posthumous podcast.
Where you're like tap dancing, ha 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 ha.
Do the best of Luna, just cut all your weird awkwardness into one long podcast.
All silences, all little mouth ticks, all breathing too hard into the mic. Yeah, sounds great. And people are really gonna love that. So, anyway, I just wanted to still, give you guys an episode. We're happy to do this. Happy to meet up, but it will be a shorter episode. Tear emoji. And then we will return to our usual shenanigans.
Our regular scheduled program.
Yes.
So let's just dive into it. What's going on in the greater Virginia area?
Not good things.
Oh, that's not good.
Not good things. We have 90,108 cases, which is up almost like 9,000.
Whoa.
From yeah. Yeah. I said that right. From last week. I had to one of those Looney Tunes wipe off your eyeball. Exactly. And then we have 7,910 hospitalizations, which is up a little less than 500, which again is higher this week. And then we have 2,215 deaths, which is up just under 200 from last week, whereas before we were rising at about 50 a week, and now we're almost at 200 a week, so
wow.
Not good.
Not good.
Yeah. Outside of that, we're just kind of holding steady with everything that we have been doing. There's a lot of pressure to shut down the beaches because obviously people want to go there. It's insanely hot, the usual. But and it sounds like a lot of businesses out there aren't imposing rules, even though there are statewide mandates and such. So yeah, we'll see. I saw something. It was slightly entertaining. That it was the governor had sent a letter to the mayor of a town over there, and I was like an email, a text,
a strongly worded letter.
A letter? Did he mail it? Is this us supporting the USPS? But yeah, anyway, so yeah, that's where we're at. It looks like the higher rate of infections is finally showing up in our higher rate of hospitalizations and deaths. However, the rate of new cases is still higher. So it's not like a little bump, it's just going.
Yeah, we're climbing.
So that's where we're at. Not good. Very bad, in fact. Awful.
Yeah. It reminds me of the tweet from the governor of Texas showing the map of cases and going we're doing good, we're catching it. And someone's like, I don't think they understand how graphs work.
Oh no. Oh no. I didn't see that. That sounds awful.
It does.
Anyway, how about you in Colorado?
We're not doing super. Sounds like slightly better than Virginia, but not great. So we're at 47,267 cases, which is up 5,000 cases
Wow.
week to week, which is the most since we talked about the 1918 flu, so quite a bit ago.
Yeah.
We have 6,465 hospitalizations, which is up 336 week to week,
Jesus.
which isn't our worst bump, but it's not a great bump. And we're at 1,691 deaths, which is only up 46, which is 100 less than last week to week.
Interesting.
So slightly better on deaths, but also not great. So
Yeah, no, still bad. Always bad. Like just to reiterate, if we have any newbies listening, like at no point are we ever like, oh, we're slightly better on deaths, like we're happy. Like no, like we're happy that more people aren't dying, but it's
yeah,
still tragic that people are losing their lives at all
yeah,
when this was a completely, I mean, that period. Plus, this could have been avoided,
yes,
which makes it even more tragic.
yeah.
So,
Absolutely. As for news, nothing. Again, Colorado's same. We're kind of holding steady on everything. Nothing's changed. Still have the mandate for the masks. Really
what's
no.
going on with your last call situation?
Honestly, I haven't even looked into that.
It's
I think it's still
still
10.
early.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's still a
I'm
thing.
just curious. I'm just
Yeah.
curious if he's just going to be like forever in Colorado now. You can't drink after 10. That's like the Sunday law in the
We.
Bible Belt.
Yeah. Well, we had that law for a long time too.
I know. It was ridiculous when I first got there. I was like, what is I can't what?
If you if you're unaware, Colorado for a long time you could not buy alcohol on Sundays and or buy a car on Sundays. Also, they were actually tied into the same law.
Oh my God.
Don't ask me why. And also, you cannot buy or you can only issue one liquor license per franchise. So that means your grocery stores couldn't carry liquor at all, except for 3-2 beer, which apparently no one even knew was a thing.
I didn't know it was a thing.
I
I went there and bought beer and everyone was like looking at me and I was like, "What?" I was like getting all like, "Why are you looking at me right now?" Like, yes, I know I'm the only black person you've ever seen. And then I like, took it to my then boyfriend and we were like, "This PBR tastes weird."
Yeah. So yeah, growing up here, I didn't even realize people didn't know that you can get less alcoholic beer, but still
It seems like
alcoholic.
such a waste of money to have to produce like cans that are printed 3-2 and like,
Yep.
the full process of creating less alcoholic beer.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Although a lot of those have all been overturned,
Very
except
recently.
for very recently, except for hard liquor cannot be sold in grocery stores still. But
That's pretty normal for other states too, though.
yeah. But now I can buy Princess Yum Yum in a grocery store while I'm buying my food, and that's a
Why
great time.
why do you have to rub it in? Is it because it just turned to August and therefore it's not our birthday month anymore? You just want to like really just slam it home?
Turn
I
the
see how
knife.
it is.
In national news, not COVID related, but still interesting to me, is Bob and Doug are coming home. I'm actually watching it on the screen right over there.
If y'all didn't know, Matt's obsessed with things in the outer space
Hmm?
and rocket science and all that crap.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not crap. I think it's really cool. I'm just not feeling well, so
that's fair.
my filter is like slightly sleeping. But I don't mean crap. Like I really enjoy. Like we went to the space museum together. Like it's
Yeah.
awesome.
And we
But
also,
you're definitely a big nerd about it.
I am, because we also just launched another drone to Mars. Not a drone, but
Is that this
another robot.
Perseverance or
Yep,
something?
Perseverance. It's on its way.
I was like, is it a slave ship? Like, what is it called Perseverance? I was like, that's a strange choice. But yeah, I saw that indeed. That is exciting. And
So,
Bob and Doug are the two whitest names I've ever heard. I don't know what they look like, but I'm gonna go ahead and put my money on.
you could probably draw them, yes. If I told you they were in the Air Force and their name in Bob or Doug, you would go, yeah, I can figure that out.
Yeah, I can see it. See it with my mind's eye.
But they'll be splashing down off the coast of Florida tomorrow afternoon.
Bloop.
Bloop. Which is actually the first splashdown in the world in for like 60 years or something like that.
Holy crap, really?
Because the space shuttle landed. It had landing gear, it like landed, and the Soviet rocket, which is called the, oh my god, I'm blanking. That's gonna kill me. The Soyuz. There we go.
Oh
The
yeah, I
Soyuz,
remember
which is what we
looking at the
have been
Soyuz.
using, lands in the dirt. It crashes in the dirt in the Ukraine. So
In the dirt?
yeah, it actually shoots a quick rocket right before they land, like seconds before they land, to try and cushion it. But yeah, it goes right in the ground.
In my head, I'm picturing like a little rocket that like goes off when it gets really close to the ground, but it looks like someone that jumps on a trampoline wrong and it like flings them off in another direction. Oh god. Anyway.
Anywho, so that's about all I got. So what's new in your world besides you being possessed by the demon?
Yeah, being possessed by organ demons. Aside from my organs trying to escape my body through the skin, that's not true. They're not escaping my body through the skin. It just feels that way. I don't know. In fact, that's kind of occupied all of my attention.
That's fair.
Yeah, so there's not a whole lot going on in my world. My plant babies are growing.
Good.
I have little tiny little plant babies, and I found one pesky little bug. It was not a bug. It was like a little millipede, a little baby millipede, and it was like nom, and I was like, get the fuck out. But that was because I was like starting little magnolia seedlings.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, I have like little baby things, and I used fresh parsley the other day when I cooked, and I'm about to make some caprese salad with some fresh basil. And I know that this is like elementary gardening, but I don't care, and I'm very happy and proud of myself.
You got to start somewhere. But yeah, no, that is amazing.
Yay, it makes me
Fantastic.
happy. What about you? What's going on in your world? I
Well,
was gonna sing that, and then I was like, I don't feel like it, so you got word.
be part of your world.
Thank you.
So my company officially announced that they're not even gonna bother revisiting coming back into the office until Labor Day. Like, there's like, nah,
Oh, wow.
screw it. So
Wow. That's quite the decision.
yeah, I think they were kind of edging that, as I mentioned, like way back. They opened one office and it's still technically open, but less people are going than they thought would. And there's a kitty.
Yeah, I'm sorry. My cat jumped right on top of me, so.
So less people are going, and then of course everything has since turned to more shit. It has not gotten better, and so I think they're just like, you know what? Just, instead of like putting it off like a month at a time or even a few weeks, let's just Labor Day. We'll
Yeah.
figure it out
It's
then.
tiring to go day by day.
Yeah.
Like,
And yeah,
yeah.
it makes it better for all the employees because you have to go like, do I have to plan to come back in? Should I buy things to like make working at home better?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Should I buy pants?
Yeah, like we still have people that need to buy equipment because they're like, they were under the impression that it was just gonna be a couple weeks or maybe just a few days working from home, and
Right.
they're like, oh yeah, I actually need to buy like my own laptop, so I'm not just or my own like keyboard, so I'm not just using the laptop keyboard all day, and
Oh, God. Yeah.
it's a
That's
thing.
so real.
Besides that, Yeah. Oh, like I was gonna save this for distractions, but we'll do it here as well. I watched a
Sure.
bunch of lacrosse because they had their
Oh, yeah.
entire season in 1 week. Because they were doing the bubble thing, and
Hmm.
but still 3 people caught COVID.
So,
So the bubble
how's
didn't
that bubble thing working out
didn't.
for sports teams?
Yeah, so they had to cancel an entire round of the playoffs and just jump rounds and be like, let's just get this over. There's one round left. These two teams are going to the championship. Screw it. Just get it done
Oh
before this
my
gets worse.
God. That's crazy.
But that did make me kind of dive into the sports world again to see like what everyone's up to and where everyone's at.
Yeah.
So I can give you a quick brief on some of that. Soccer is doing a tournament kind of thing too. It might just be just about over, but they're doing like a quick tournament in a bubble kind of thing too.
Oh, interesting.
Baseball's
Oh,
baseballing
I think I did
about.
see that they were international teams, but yeah, they were doing some sort of soccer bubble.
Yeah, and I think that's what they're doing for soccer now. I do know they're not really doing a season. They're just doing like a quick tournament to like
Okay.
throw something out there. And that's for, the MLS, the Major League Soccer, that no one
Hmm.
cares about. Baseball is kind of baseballing about. They're doing a shorter season, but if you heard the Miami Marlins, had a
Hmm.
whole bunch of cases and they had to forfeit some games, I believe.
That's shocking to me. Oh no.
Everything comes back to Florida.
The team in the epicenter of this outbreak is suffering. Weird.
Yeah.
It's almost like nobody is immune.
And then what else? What else? Oh, hockey started back up. They're actually gonna sort of finish the season that they stopped, but just do
Saw
like
that.
a extended Stanley Cup Finals. So pretty much everyone but a few teams make the finals, and there again, it's just gonna be like a big tournament.
All
And
right, I'll
that's
take it.
also what basketball is doing.
Yay,
So
hockey, not basketball.
yeah. So
That's really cool.
so yeah, it's good to get some stuff to watch, and I'm happy these people can play their sport, especially lacrosse, because those guys actually don't really get paid enough. Like they're not paid a living wage to play professional
That's because
lacrosse.
they're all trust fund babies. But yeah, sure.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I hope everyone stays safe in those sports and that this works out. As
Yeah,
one
of
person in
course.
a comment on one of the articles said, like, it doesn't really matter because every sport's going to have a big old asterisk on this year.
Yeah, it's true. On all the data looking, in the future looking back, it's like 2020 asterisk.
Yeah. Let's always just rename the year asterisk.
There you go.
It's no longer
It'll be
2020, it's just the asterisk.
there was once the lost generation. This is the lost year
Yeah.
or the lost season.
So that's all I got for news. So as I mentioned, we're going to do a bit of a short episode, so don't have a topic. So we'll just jump right into distractions. What are you
Mhm.
distracting yourself with from your sickness?
So it turns out that whatever is happening has like this effect on my mind of like slowing down. So I am finally not feeling so anxious and like panicky that I can like sit and read for longer periods of time.
Yeah.
So I picked up The Haunting of Hill House, which is a book before it was a show.
Yes.
For those that are uncertain. Um, I picked it up because I started reading it a while ago, but I just couldn't, I didn't have the attention span to like sit and read. So I do now. So I've been reading that and I love it. It's just, she writes so well. Like, it just
Hmm.
feels, she's just a very talented writer for, especially for dialogue. Like, it's a really pleasant read. And of course, ghosts. So,
Yeah. Very
yay.
cool.
Yeah, my thing this week.
Yeah.
What about you? What are you,
Uh,
other than sports,
yeah.
obviously?
I am all over the place. So Let's see. Let's start with the keytar news. I
Yeah.
got down the rabbit hole of add-ins because I got some free add-ins for Ableton for my keytar that came with it,
Mm-hmm.
and so now I got like thousands of sounds that are all editable, and I can add extra filters and do a million things to them. And now
So that's basically a VST, like a
it is a
virtual synth.
VST, yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's just under the add-in tab in Ableton, but yeah, it's a VST.
Yeah, whenever Ableton.
So yeah, I've been messing with one called Loomis, and last night I just tried to figure out one song for my band that
Yeah.
doesn't have a synth already in it, so I'm open to do whatever I want to do, whatever sounds good, and yeah, just playing the same melody 100 times. Like, no, I don't like that sound. Next, I kind of like. I'll knock that sound down. Let's try that. No, I don't like that. As a
Now, welcome to the VST world, just regular synth world.
yeah,
Is, is this it? Like that's it. That's
exactly.
life right now.
So yeah, it's just like 2 hours of that. Like it's easier when we do a song where I'm playing a synth part that already exists, like the synth
Mhm.
solo and Just a Girl, because I can be like, oh, they're using a square wave. I can kind of
Mhm.
start there and figure it out.
Mhm.
But yeah, if it's something that there's no synth, you're like, well, I'm free to do everything. It's kind of scary because I don't make decisions well.
Oh no. I don't know like what it is in me, but when I'm writing a song, I don't usually get bogged down in that like process of like going through a million sounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like I usually find one that I typically like, and it because usually like I write like passionately. I don't know how else to say it.
Sure.
Like
Yeah.
it's just like comes forward. So it's like I just want to get this line down so I get something that sounds relatively like what I want. Then I play it and then I like spend maybe 10 minutes looking through to try to fine tune it or just edit, change it myself. And then that's usually it. And then effects take a lot longer
Yeah.
for me. But
I mean, like,
yeah.
like distortions on guitars, I'm pretty good on because I found the one I like and I stick with it. And
Yeah, yeah, that makes
but this
sense.
is all
I'm
like,
much worse at distortions actually. Much worse.
so this is all new. So I'm like, what if there's something better than this one that I liked? There might
Oh
be,
no.
and then that's where I get stuck.
And then you're there for 10 hours.
Yep. Well, Bob and Doug just
That's cool though.
detached from the space station, FYI.
Oh, go
Go
Bob
Bob
and
and
good
Doug.
Doug.
They're now free floating 17,000 miles per hour around the Earth.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I mean, I would tell them not to come back, but you
I
gotta do
have
it.
a feeling that they want to come back.
Why would they want
Eh,
to come back?
never mind. Never mind.
Okay.
Never mind.
Did I
I
missed.
don't feel like getting emails. All right.
And then so outside of that, I watched a few really good movies recently, and that was pretty awesome.
Ooh.
Uh,
What'd you watch?
I, I mean, saying it's really good is a terrible thing, but I watched Athlete A.
I don't know that
So
one.
it's a documentary on Netflix about the sexual abuse that the girls gymnastics team went
Oh
through.
yeah, I did see that. Yeah. Is it good? Like a good documentary?
Yes, it's a very well made documentary. It's very interesting, but it's very heart wrenching what the girls had to go
Yeah.
through.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely.
But it's really well made, and it's got a happy ending because everyone went to jail that was supposed to go to jail, and
That's nice. That doesn't
so
always happen.
it sucks that it took like literal decades of people reporting the same guy for something to
Hmm.
finally happen, but at least something finally happened.
Yeah, that's good.
I also watched Beyond the Mat, which is another documentary, and that's kind of a semi-famous wrestling documentary
Oh,
that came
really?
out in '99. So it's also kind of funny to see like older wrestling from '99.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
oh yeah, mankind's still a thing. All right.
Oh
But
yeah.
it's
That's
like the
fair.
first to really go into like what they get into out of the ring and what's life after you try and retire, or how do you get into wrestling. And it's really well made. And if you're interested, like the business behind wrestling and the mentality of it and stuff like that, it's very interesting.
Yeah, that world is very fascinating, and convoluted and wild. Like they, there's a lot of advocacy that needs to happen in that world as well.
Absolutely.
Hmm.
So yeah, and this was kind of the start of showing some of that to people really get like, because if you're a fan, mostly you would see the glitz and glamour, you see the show going on, and you enjoy it. You don't see that when they retire, there's no retirement fund. There's
Mm-mm.
they all have all sorts of body damage, which causes them to eventually get into drugs, and
Hmm.
which is a nut.
Or just like, crazy bills that they'll never be able to pay, like health
Yeah,
bills
and the toll it
and
takes on their
depression.
family because they wrestle every single day, that they
Hmm.
never see their family, and they're traveling 360 days a week or a week.
360 days a week. God dang.
That's just this year, sorry.
Yeah, that's true. 2020.
um,
Oof.
and so it's
But yeah,
interesting.
that's a really cool. What was it called again?
Beyond the Mat, it's on
Beyond the Mat.
Netflix right now. There's another one,
Very
I don't know
cool.
if it's still on Netflix, about just Jake the Snake Roberts, who is a famous wrestler, and he his post wrestling life. I saw that one a few months ago, but it's also really good.
Very cool.
And then just today, I saw Batman and Harley Quinn, and it was amazing, and I loved it. It takes place after the animated series, so it's in the universe of the Batman animated series,
Hmm.
but it's like after everything happened. So like Nightwing is a thing. So Robin grew up to be
Yeah.
Nightwing, but
Hmm.
it's hilarious. It's way more mature, but also kind of childish. I don't know. It's just amazing, and Harley has a musical number,
Oh Lord.
and Melissa Rauch plays Harley in that. That's the short blonde girl from Big Bang Theory.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What are you talking
So,
about?
but yeah, it's all sorts of funny.
Oh, well, that's cool.
So I definitely recommend that one, especially if you like the Batman animated series.
Yay, comic book
Because it's everyone
stuff.
giving Batman crap for being too serious.
Aw. Everybody leave Batman alone.
I gotta tell you about this one scene. It's hilarious. So they're driving to Bloodhaven from Gotham. It's a bit of a drive, and they're all just in the Batmobile. It's Batman, Nightwing, and Harley in the back seat. And Harley's like,
Hmm.
"I really got to get out. Those wings are not sitting well." And Batman's like, "No, we're not stopping." And she's like, "All right." And then she just starts farting in the back. And Nightwing's like, "Please pull over." And Batman's like, "Smells like discipline."
Oh no. Oh no. Oh God, those writers
They did.
enjoyed it.
So it's amazing. I loved it.
Oh,
So yeah,
yay.
that was good. That's about what
Very
I've been
good.
doing. Movies and keektaring. That's life.
Yeah, yeah. I watched Assassination Nation last night, which was really
That's a good
good.
one.
It's on Hulu. I had totally missed it the first time it came out. I remember it, being advertised and then it like poofed. It was gone. So yeah, I watched that and was not disappointed. And then I watched like this sweet drama from 2015 called Into the Forest with Evan Rachel Wood and
Oh yeah, I remember that.
oh no, her name. Oh, it's gone. Same girl that's in Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, I know who you're talking
Ellen
about. Ellen
Page.
Page. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so but that movie was beautiful and just beautiful in all the saddest ways that I love. So,
Speaking of
yeah.
Evan Rachel Wood, did you see her recently? It came out. They showed her testifying and talking about her relationship with Marilyn Manson.
Oh no.
If
I didn't hear about that.
if you want to hate Marilyn Manson, here's your chance.
Hmm.
She
Okay.
doesn't mention
All right.
him by name, but if you take the time frame that she specifies in, it's pretty obvious.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised at all, but yeah, cool. I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's she's like trying to get a law passed for something for abusers and things like that.
Interesting.
Heartbreaking,
Yeah.
but it's very interesting. But also not surprising coming from Marilyn Manson. Also, like I like
The only
him,
reason I
but
say that is because he went kind of wacko
exactly,
recently.
yeah.
So it's like, okay, well, if, yeah, I don't know what his past was like, but I'm not surprised by anything that, you know, I'm not really surprised by anything anyway. Have you looked outside?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, not surprised.
So I think
Um,
that brings us to everyone's favorite part of the podcast because we really haven't discussed much of the pandemic today. So only in a pandemic.
and major civil unrest.
Stories that can
Yay.
only happen in a pandemic or major civil unrest. You got anything?
Yeah, only in a pandemic, mostly the pandemic part, not so much the civil unrest part, but only in pandemic do I like go a little crazy about drinking containers. Like my partner got me this awesome thermos. It keeps my whatever hot beverage I have like nuclear hot all day, which is awesome because I often get distracted and walk away and then I come back and it's cold and I hate cold
Yeah.
coffee. Um, and then I was like, well, I have this, these particular glasses that I drink water from. And then I was like, well, I don't really want to do that because I have to get up so many times and I miss my Nalgene. So I bought this like cool Bubba thing that keeps things really cold for a real long time.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just, yeah, I have like my black thermos, my purple Bubba, and then I have my juice glasses and my wine glasses. And obviously the juice glasses are just pint glasses, which also beer goes in.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have like a whole like I'm set with all of my drinking things. Before I was just like this works, but
Mm-hmm.
now I'm organized. It makes me happy.
Alrighty.
What about you? What are you doing in this pandemic life?
Well, only in a pandemic does putting the tag on my car for my new plates seem pointless. I got my new tags in, paid my taxes, and was like, hey, I got to put it on because I'll get towed. But also, I don't think I've moved my car in like 2 weeks.
Right? Yeah, I feel that. I feel that for sure. I finally got, I talked about it on the pod
Mm-hmm.
that I got new tags and I was out there screwing them on and I was like, "Yep. All right, I'll just go back inside now."
Yeah, that's exactly like, yeah, I put it on and I don't think I've driven since. I was like, I mean, I won't get towed, I guess, but that's.
That's about it. Yeah.
Speaking of cars, and
That's
also can only happen in a pandemic, can somebody in August, I guess it was technically July when they did it, buy the first 2020 car of an entire year that I know, or
Whoa, that's
2021.
yeah. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
Fiona.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, my friend Fiona got a new car, and they're like, "Yeah, this is our first 2021 that we've sold."
Whoa, that's cool. Yay, Fiona, new car. That's awesome.
But it's
Yeah.
just like, that's kind of weird because yeah, usually people are jumping right on that, but yeah, people aren't buying cars because why? Like I'm even debating like, do I even need a car anymore?
You
I
do.
do
Where
in
you
Colorado,
live,
yeah.
yeah. Where you live. I mean, or not, you don't for all the like avid, bikers and stuff out there. You don't need a car, but where you live, it's not like living downtown.
Yeah, like even just going to the grocery store, it would be a hell of a haul to take all my groceries from the store to here.
Hmm.
And that's mostly what I use it for. I've turned into that old lady that when the used car salesman show, like it is owned by an old lady. She only took it to church on Sundays. Like he only drove it to the grocery store on Sundays.
Hey, good resale value, I guess.
Yeah. All right, so let's go ahead and clean this up with our hermit level. So on the Leonardo DiCaprio scale, One being the Man in the Iron Mask, where you're in a cell by yourself, completely secluded. And one being, let's go with. Oh, I had one. Let's just stick with the Wolf of Wall Street. I like that movie. So if you're the
All
Wolf
right.
of Wall Street and you're running around and you're in the middle of selling stocks on the stock market and all that group of people yelling and stuff, where are you at on your
Yeah.
hermit level?
I would say I am at like a 9.5 because I have not seen anybody and I have spent most of my time horizontal because I have to be in order to be comfortable.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's my world is like, I mean, I'm not peeing in jars. I can still go to the bathroom.
Well, if you just put on an iron mask, then you'll be at a full 10.
Hmm, it's real hot
Yeah.
though.
That's
I don't
uncomfortable.
want to. Oh God, what about you? How hermity are you?
Pretty hermity as well. I'd say maybe a 6, possibly a 7.
Oh
I'm not
wow.
planning on seeing anybody this weekend. Just working on videos and
Kitarin.
guitaring. We had to take a minor break with the band. We had some personal issues, so hopefully we'll get back next week. But yeah, it's been a while since the band.
Yeah.
Um,
The Jonzo Barnes Doug and Matt show.
yeah,
Hey, I remember everybody's names. I pictured the wrong faces for all of them, but I know
you know
who
the
you
names.
are.
We're the most basically named band ever. Might as well.
And even the name is Leonardo, so.
I mean, Leonardo's an interesting name, at least.
Is it
I haven't heard it in real life.
in this country?
This is true.
Oh, God.
So let's go ahead and wrap this up and let Luna get back to bed.
Hmm.
So where can people find you if they want to wish you get well soon?
Um, like in such a mood that I'm like, I don't know. You can find me wherever. Just Google my name.
I remember it all. I
But
can do it for you.
no, it's Luna underscore Minuit at Twitter and Instagram. That's LUNA underscore MINUIT. Yeah.
Yeah. And you can find us on Instagram and Twitter and Gmail at Goth and Sloth.
Hmm.
Make sure you send us your questions if you have anything or any comments.
Or topic
Topic
ideas.
ideas, whatever you want to do. Hit us up. We're all open for that.
Hells yeah.
And you can find me directly if you want to go to wizard underscore Matt on Twitter or wizard cosplay. I'm planning a really cool shoot in my house for a cosplay shoot because I'm that
No
bored.
fun.
So hopefully I'll get that at some point. And my band is Leonardo. You can find us on SoundCloud, Leonardo Band. And my YouTube channel is Matt the Pharaoh Wizard.
Yeah, go find Matt on all the things and subscribe to his things and do all the
Do all
things.
the things. All right, I think that will do it for today.
All right, you guys, wash your
And
hands.
stay home.